Today is February 8th, 2024, 8:08 p.m.
I'm going to share with you, I've documented yesterday and the day before, just the Lord's just
Out of the cross,
doing
it's
something
fascinating.
like
It's
he
upside
did
down.
in Houston at the Ark. One time the Lord had me say out loud to Corey and Zach as I was driving them to step out on faith and tell Corey and Zach basically these words. I looked over and I said, hey, Corey and Zach, listen, the Lord's just pressing me and telling me that if I'll step out on faith and tell you guys that if I show you that our eye goes to heaven, where it goes to a star. If I should share that with you tonight, if we go out to the ark, isn't that fascinating? If we go out to the ark, the Lord said he would show up and prove it.
I'm here to deliver the fact that the Lord God has confirmed, revealed in front of witnesses that the end of the world is here. The nukes are about to go up. The images that he showed me that are on the U.S. currency are going to happen. They're going to happen very quickly. It's coming right away. He let me know, you've got to warn everybody. Do it now.
I can't describe to y'all what's happened here tonight. Oh my gosh. What just happened?
I'm so scared right now. I just want to say to the family of my cameraman, Kenny, I am so sorry. This was my interview, my story. It's all my fault.
Hey, I want to pause it for a sec. Do you know if you rotate that, do you know that's what's on my truck? V for vengeance. When you look at that, that's the moon, guys, making that V for vengeance thing. And my phone was doing very bizarre things in order to convey a message.
Okay, that's a really, I mean, what does that even mean? The Lord said he's going to show up and prove it. What does that even mean? And I didn't even know. I'm like, that's what I heard inside of me. And sure enough, that night when at a very specific time, we were in Beach City and we were having dinner with the bunch of people that were there.
Did anybody see that?
And the Lord said, you need to go right now. And so I told Corey and Zach, the Lord saying, we need to go right now. Jim and Karen were told to go also. And Alex and Alyssa showed up as well. I wasn't told to tell them, but they showed up because that's where they were staying.
It's probably him saying, the time of my vengeance has come. Wouldn't you imagine?
Yep.
That's exactly what it means. The time of the God's vengeance has come. You know how I know? Because it's in the sky. It's like, I look up, oh shit, it's here. I'm going to give you proof. The Lord communicates directly to me. I mean like Old Testament directly. So I have the credentials. Do you understand? I've laid hands on the blind. I've laid hands on people that are terminally ill. I have the credentials to tell you what I'm telling you. Shit.
I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad times a day.
I'm the 100% no lying guy.
A lot of you were marveling at the night sky tonight in the ring around the moon. This picture taken by our own J.R. Stone tonight in the city. And that ring is caused by millions of ice crystals suspended way up in the atmosphere in those thin, wispy cirrus clouds. And those ice crystals refract the moon's light in such a way that it creates a perfect circle. Just a gorgeous sight in our night sky.
Hi again, everyone. I'm 2 News Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony. Any chance you were outside Thursday night and saw the giant halo around the moon? Well, what causes that? Quick little weather-wise here. It looked similar to this. This isn't an actual picture of that, but it looked a lot like this. The giant ring and then the smaller halo around closer to the ring. So here's what causes these giant moon halos. They're made up of high cirrus clouds that are sitting up at about 20,000 feet above the surface of the Earth. And the halo is made up of these tiny little ice crystals inside those high cirrus clouds. And the light being sent out by the moon is being reflected and refracted off of these tiny little ice crystals. And so you see it as the halo.
And it shows up in the sky?
Anyway, long story short, when we're all out there at the Ark and I'm telling this group of people, this is what the Lord told me, that if we came out here tonight and looked up, he would prove that our eyes went to a star. I mean, and he would show up. It's like, I don't even know what that means. And sure enough, the clouds coalesced and made a perfect eye. I mean, not just kind of an eye. I mean an eye with, you know, all the appropriate rings. And it was like a pink-green rainbow of color. I mean, it was literally just, well, obviously miraculous. Obviously.
I don't know how well this turns out. This phone ain't very good for taking pictures at night, especially when it's overcast. But this is the moon. It's 5 December. It's about 7 p.m. And we're gonna start seeing towards the end of December, beginning of January time frame, when the upper atmosphere is getting even colder and colder. That's whenever you're gonna see your precious ring around the moon, the halo, the moon dog. That's what y'all were worshiping that night. Yeah, JJ got word at the restaurant and says, we gotta go. What do you think a forecast is? People have forecast ability, just the upper atmosphere, wind, temperature, moisture, everything. And all JJ needed to do was get word that it was going down. And he has so much time to get to a particular spot so he can say, oh, looky up there in the sky. Isn't that pretty?
In the sky to prove our eye went to a star. And here's...
It was more colorful in person because of how the stars were out and certain clouds were out, and it coalesced.
Oh, Gene Revell, he is so wicked. Look what he put upon our moon, everybody. The night that God visited us with the eye of the moon. Gene is evil. Not us. Gene is. Malice.
Anyway, all right. The rest of you, all of you, I love you in Christ. Gene Rep. See, everything I'm telling you, I can back up with absolute data. But there's people, again, that have these crazy channels, like this guy named Gene Revel. And let me show you what Gene does. This is what Gene does to Jonathan Kleck. Jonathan Kleck knows a good definition when he smells one. These are all pictures of me, by the way. Look at each one. So that's not very nice. That's not very kind. Hypocrite. That's not very kind. He has me in the toilet right here. That's not very kind.
Look at this, okay? It's videos. Every one of them, almost every one of them are showing, you know, when I talked about the thing about the toilet, okay, to see what remains, you use the same thing.
He has me in the toilet right here. That's not very.
January 3rd, 2023. Looking at almost a full moon tonight. You can see the streaks going through the sky. But it was a nice 58 degrees here today. There's not conditions to be able to see one of the lunar halos. Or as Johnny would say, communication, confirmation from the Lord. Where's the big X? We're looking for the big X, man. We're at 2, 1. Don't know. We'll see where the moon ends up in a couple hours. But it's not cold enough. I don't know what it's like up in the upper atmosphere. I'll grant you that. We're down here on Earth. It's pretty warm. There's got to be certain conditions up there. And we'll see the Lord talking to us here one of these days, Johnny. Just like before your night under the stars. He was talking to everybody. Or else you wouldn't have been able to go in and get that picture from off that other site and bring it over to your site. So it looked like it was one of your pictures that you take. But it wasn't. Deception.
The other thing, the clouds coalesce in a way that it was all around the moon, but away from this like section of clouds, all the stars were out. So it was so mind destroying. We all sat there just like what?
The moon was right
so anyway,
above.
The point I'm trying
the
to make
arc
by
is,
telling you that story is this: that happened today.
So here we go again. It's like 10:15 p.m. Another beautiful, no clouds. You can see the stars. Very beautiful. I wanted to just make another note here. See that X? Oh, there's the X again. Look at that. The Lord's trying to tell us something again, Johnny.
When you look at that, that's the moon, guys, making that V for vengeance thing.
I'm gonna have to take a message for you. He's giving it to me now.
Every single one, look, seems to be some whacked out weird image that he's obsessed with me in a very unhealthy way.
You do know what diffraction spikes are, don't you, JJ? I know you do, because I sent you the meaning of diffraction spikes. And you deleted the comments. Like you delete so many other things, but those little rays you see coming off there, that isn't your, special X recognition for your V for vengeance parachute garbage.
That's the moon, guys, making that V for vengeance thing.
No, those are called diffraction spikes. They're an optical illusion. That's just something that I'm gonna have to fill everybody in on. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I've got a lot of evidence. A lot of evidence that you deleted. It's another beautiful night. It's a full moon, baby. Look at that full moon. Maybe, just maybe if we're lucky, it's cold enough way up there that we'll be able to get good ideas. We're going to get a ring or not later. Because, see that star? Yeah. You'll see stars on the inside of the ring and on the outside of the ring. Just like Johnny says. Everybody listen to Johnny. Johnny knows. January 7th, I do believe, 2023. About 7:30 at night. Beautiful clear sky. Yesterday was a wolf moon. New moon of the new year. I'm gonna see what happens tonight with this thing. Oh. We're gonna let that baby rise a little bit into the sky. And we're gonna see if it's cold enough to give us that circle halo. And then we can document that. Cause I love to document everything. Just like my idol, Johnny. January 9th, the 2023. It's about 10:30 at night. Just looking up at the full moon. Trying to take advantage of this clear sky. They didn't spray today. You can see all the stars. What we're still going to be looking for is that moon halo. You know, that special eye that Johnny traced down last year. We're going to get to see one of these days. But right now, look at that X up there. Does that mean the Lord is sending me a message? Maybe to relay to you, Johnny. Are you busy this evening? You don't have to look on your calendar once you see this, but you see those diffraction spikes coming out of that moon? You know, those aren't real, right, Jonathan? That isn't the big X, V for vengeance for your stupid parachute crap. No. It's just a regular artifact that's given off from the camera's focus and the lens. Squint your eyes and look at it. You're going to see a bunch of rays coming off the moon. That doesn't mean that there's these lasers of light coming out of there. It's an optical illusion. Johnny had you all looking up and worshiping an optical illusion that night. Yeah, it's a weather phenomenon. Moon halos. Look it up. I sent him, multiple times comments that says that these are what's called diffraction spikes. They're not real rays of light coming off of the moon looking like that. It's an optical illusion. I sent it to him, 3-4 times. I'll have to get him for you if it's proof. But he won't recognize it. He deletes it. He hides it. Which means he's covering up a story. Yep. He used a predictable weather phenomena to prove that the moon is the eye in the sky. I don't know what the hell he tried to prove. Y'all can figure that out for yourself. I'm just showing you what he's doing.